Hello and welcome to Forward 40 TV. They say that chickpeas and tuna are very much alike because they both come from a can, right? Today I'm going to show you how I make my favorite, absolutely delicious chickpeas tuna sandwich. It has not a stitch of tuna in it, but it is delicious, and I usually put it in a salad, or I have it on top of a crusty whole wheat slice of bread, or I will roll it up in a lettuce leaf. So it's a great way to get my greens in. But it's just amazing, so easy to make and so delicious. And it has that fishy taste because of this secret ingredient that I'm going to put into it, and you'll see what that is. So I hope you are inspired. So for the ingredients for this chickpea sandwich, you're going to need chopped onions, chopped celery, chopped carrots, but don't even think about it. You can actually put all of this into your blender. But when you blend it, you want to make sure it's done to bite-sized pieces, and you don't want to get it too fine. You also want to have as well the basic ingredient, which is the chickpeas. So you need about a can of chickpeas. I'm going to use 2 because my whole crew is they're going to get sandwiches right after we do this shoot. I'm going to add sunflower seeds, and a lot of vegans have been substituting the chickpeas for the sunflower seeds, for the chickpeas, and I thought, wouldn't it be terrific to just combine the two? So you will have the meatiness of the chickpeas, but yet the crunch and the bite of the sunflower seeds. To add some really sandwich flavor, I'm going to use a veganess, which is a vegan mayonnaise. I'm going to add truffle salt. You've seen me add that before in lots of recipes, as well as organic apple cider vinegar, just a hint of it. And the secret ingredient that's going to give it the fish taste is seaweed. It's called kelp or seaweed flakes. If you chop it fine, it has this very salty, fishy taste. Mwah! With the chickpeas, it's so delicious. And to add some Eastern flavor, I'm going to add a tablespoon of curry powder as well as some raisins. Are you ready? Let's get started. So I'm making this for my production crew, as I mentioned before. So I'm doing a very big batch of chickpeas tuna, and in goes my onion and my carrots and my celery in no particular order. Just remember that when you have your blender on or your food processor on, you want to make sure that it's done in small sizes, but not too tiny. So I'm just distributing it evenly, and I am ready to take this around the world for a twirl. And I think we're ready. So yeah, because it is, without being too small, it really is chopped into the correct size. Now that I have the carrots and the celery and onions all scooped out, so the next batch of ingredients that I'm going to add to the food processor, of course, the chickpeas and the sunflower seeds. Again, the meatiness of the chickpeas, as well as the crunch and the bite of the sunflower seeds, really is a great juxtaposition when you make the chickpeas tuna salad sandwich. I'm just going to cover this. And you want, again, to maintain, you don't want it to come out too soft like a hummus. You do want it to have some kind of texture. So you want it bite-sized, but not too smooth. You don't want a creamy paste. So watch how much time you spend taking this for a twirl in your food processor. I usually like to stop, see where it's at, and then go again. Fantastic. Gonna take it out, and it's ready to be mixed into my salad. So I'm just gonna add it to the carrot, onion, celery mixture that I had. And again, you can see how the textures really are very much the same proportion. And I'm just going to make sure that the ingredients are all blended in together before I add my veganess and my curry powder and my salt and etc., etc., which you will see how it all ends up. So the first thing that I'm going to add, and in case you're making any kind of tuna sandwich, this is what you do, right? So the same thing applies when you're a vegan. So I would add my veganese, and I am going to add things like my truffle salt, which is your salt taken up a notch for its exotic flavor. And I will add just a hint of apple cider vinegar, because the secret ingredient that is going to give it this tuna taste, the seaweed. So I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of seaweed. And I always think in cooking, less is more. You can always add more ingredients, but you can't take out the ingredients. So I'm just going to add a smidgen of this, and if I want it to be more fishy, I'm going to add more seaweed. And I'm going to mix this together. So I've just added the salt and the seaweed. So my chickpeas tuna is starting to come in. I'm going to add some black pepper and stir again. And don't forget, when I taste it, and if I want more, I can always add. Let's see. Let's see how this... You know what? I could add more of the seaweed. It needs a little bit more fish taste. And that's perfectly fine to decide after what you want to add. Because as I said before, you can't decide what you want to take out. It's already mixed in. For some Eastern sort of sentiment into this chickpeas tuna salad, I am going to add some curried powder, just about a tablespoon, and some raisins, which kind of contrasts with the tartiness of the curry powder. And again, I'm going to mix it all together. So every bite in your sandwich that you take, you're going to taste the curry, you're going to taste the raisins, and of course, the chickpeas, which is just amazing. So it's this burst of sweetness with this burst of spice. So fantastic. When you put it on a whole wheat sandwich, which is toasted, it's so amazing. Or even if you want to put it in your kale salad on top of a bed of lettuce or greens, it just gives it, you know, it's a great way to get your greens in, but it's really flavorful at the same time. And I'm going to taste it again. Oh my gosh. It's just so good. After a hard day work, I want to serve something that's really hearty. So I made soup earlier. So I'm going to serve some sandwiches and soup. And this is my bowl of chickpeas tuna. So here's my philosophy on, eating well and living well. I know I'm not supposed to have too much bread, and I don't. But when I make my chickpeas tuna sandwich, I love to have a good sandwich. And I'm not going to compromise and say, oh my gosh, I'm never ever going to eat bread, and just be, kind of deprive myself of the things that I love to eat. So at least every couple of weeks, once every 3 weeks, I'm going to have a great big fat sandwich. And when I am finished doing a shoot, this is a perfect way to end my day with a celebratory sandwich with my team. So here we go. My chickpeas tuna sandwich. I'm going to add more. I hope you keep watching, and I hope you keep loving a lot of what we're doing in Forward 40. Subscribe to any of the links you see below. Of course, we're on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter, and of course over on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye.